Hey everybody, welcome back to Jordan Lee Tarot. So I have three decks. We have the Goddess Guidance, we have the Midnight Magic deck, and we have my Rock and Roll Lyric deck. I love this deck so much. It doesn't even have a formal name. It is just a whole bunch of really cool visuals with different lyrics and things like that. So I want to just check in and say hello and say I am not posting videos as regularly as I was hoping to. I hope you'll forgive me. I hope that my messages come through in the perfect divine timing when they're needed, and hopefully this channel can be more steady, but we shall see. I hate to say at the mercy of spirit, but um, this channel will flow as it needs to flow, and if I force it, then the messages aren't going to be potent, right? So we're just channeling in, and we're going to tap in and ask spirit what needs to come out right now. What is that really strong, pertinent message that just needs to come out at this time? And I'm just kind of jumping through my decks here, and I'm going to pull, and we're going to jump right into the message of whatever needs to flow. Free fallen. I like that. All right. Loving and leaving, perpetual loner, refusing to commit, drifting through life, need to escape, no destination. Now, I'm going to look at this as the beginning card for this reading. And I'm going to look at this as a going with the flow kind of card here. And as I say that, my cat's crawling on top of me. I don't know if she's, oh, there she is. We have the true love card that jumped. The message on here: romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. Okay, this could be about somebody who's falling in love. Um, I don't know. Okay, focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will hit your mark. Okay, now we're leaping into. Okay, I'm getting a clear message, so I'm going to jump right in. I feel like there is someone who really has been single for a while. And this person has fought the internal battles or has just finished fighting the internal battles that they were having with themselves. Because we have this Five of Wands. So I'll give them to you in order, excuse me. The Hermit card, someone who has been in a loner state. We have the Five of Wands, and I am getting that this is an internal conflict, not an external conflict, because of the Eight of Swords. The swords are always that mental mind chatter. In yoga, we call it the monkey mind. The Eight of Swords is being trapped, but being trapped by your own thoughts. So there was internal conflict, and maybe this person was keeping themselves in a hermited position for that reason specifically. But jumping out above all of these is the Page of Cups. And this is a card of, reaching out with this intention of love. Right here, it is talking about a focused intention. This is not somebody who is, thinking of many other things. This is somebody who has love on the brain. You know that song, Must Be Love on the Brain? And then we have the Free Fallen song. I think this is someone who let themselves fall in love, but they might have been fighting it, and they are finally coming forward with this Page of Cups energy. Let me clarify. Let me jump into that Page of Cups card. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so the High Priestess card. I feel like this message is from the perspective of the person who will be receiving this incoming message of love or of commitment or of some kind of increasing. Whatever your situation is with love, it is increasing. If you are single, it is someone asking you out. If you are with somebody, it's someone that is talking about forever and a long-term commitment. If you've already talked about these things, it's someone that might be proposing, right? But this High Priestess card indicates that whoever's getting the message kind of already knows that it's coming, right? It's one of those, what took you so long kind of vibes. The Page of Swords card with the Page of Cups card is definitely someone who is, they second guess what they're thinking. Okay. So it has to move from the realm of the thinking thoughts, the swords, that I want to contact this person, right? You're thinking that you want to message this person. And then this Page of Cups is the actual offer. It's the actual reaching out. It's the actual, hey, do you want to go on that date? Hey, what do you think about forever with me? That's the kind of energy that I'm getting. But again, the person that is watching this, I believe, is in the High Priestess position. So you kind of already know it's coming. But there's something really sweet about being in that energy of holding space for somebody to come into their feelings. You're like, yeah, you big dumb idiot. I knew that you were in love with me, and it's okay that you're now telling me. I'm happy that you're sharing it with me. Finally, that's the energy that this reading is giving me. So let's get two more lyric decks. Woo. All right. Love me tender, falling in love. Passion, affection, infatuation, heartfelt sentiment, declaration of love. Okay. I think that this message is pretty straightforward. Okay. Okay. So this is the purple haze card. But this is that conscious perception, that understanding, that knowing that you are in love. Supernatural experience, new insight, intoxication, transcendence, spiritual connection. So this could be someone coming into an understanding that this is a spiritual connection of love, and therefore it's safe for them to actually let themselves fall in love. This is not a karmic situation. This is an actual true love situation. But it's also, um, it's like those, it's just the example. It may or may not be the situation that you're dealing with. It's like two really good friends that have ended up falling in love. Or the one friend probably already knew that there was like deep love, like actual romantic love. And the other one was like, oh, no, 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 no. They're just my friend. Right. And finally, this person is like, okay, now I'm realizing, now I'm actually conscious of the fact that I'm already in love. I've already fallen in love. I was fighting it in my mind. I was having internal battles with myself going, no, 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 you can't love that person. No, 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 they're just your friend. No, 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 they're just my work colleague. um, Being trapped by, this understanding of how I met this person is how this relationship needs to stay. No, it's meant to evolve. This particular situation is meant to evolve. So it's this realization that you're in love. So again, you might have already fallen in love, or the person that we're speaking about that's going to come forward with this message of love, they might not have truly known. They might not truly have connected the dots that it was love. They might have just thought it was, maybe they thought it was just lust. Maybe they thought it was intoxication. Maybe they were like, you're just a new person. I'm just focused on you because you're new and you're interesting. And that's all this is. It's just me hyper fixated on the fact that you're new. That's not the case. They're recognizing that this is actually love. So I can't believe how direct and pointed this message is. It's late at night. I was not going to do this reading. And all of a sudden, I'm just like, okay, I have to do a reading. Okay, that's really lovely. So we have three cards that jumped together. We have blossoming. We have bodies of water, which I'm actually equating as emotion because the cups card, the chalice filled with liquid of water, is always the emotion card. So we've got emotions, we've got blossoming, and we have Artemis, which is this guardian card. So this feels like a confirmation that the love that you are feeling is actually divinely led. It is not something that is another painful lesson. Ask me how I know. I've been through many, as we all have. I don't mean to make that sound like I'm anybody special. It just means the more life you've lived, the longer it's taken for you to find your true love. I feel that, sorry if you can hear that, there's just outside noise. Today I'm actually coming at you on the 20th, so it is like one of the longest days of the year. There's still a little bit of light left outside, which is amazing. It's 10 o'clock at night. But anyway, there's just youngsters outside playing, which brings me joy. Um, so this union is divinely led. There is overflowing emotions, and that is okay. And this is finally blossoming. I feel like this could be someone who really did not love someone like this before, or they did not let themselves, or these emotions are finally coming to the surface so that they can be flowed up and through them. And this is very overwhelming for people. Imagine being someone who really doesn't let themselves feel, and then all of a sudden you meet somebody that just brings out these emotions in you, and you're like, what is happening? Am I broken? Why am I always crying? Why am I so emotional? Why am I tearing up? Why am I thinking about this person? For for those of us that have been through and understand love a little bit more, this is not a surprise. We understand what falling in love feels like. But for those who haven't, or have had very surface level relationships, coming into something that is based in spirit, based in the divine, it is so much richer. And the only example that I can offer, it might sound very stupid, but did you ever try a strawberry from the grocery store in January and then you have a fresh strawberry? Maybe you grew it, maybe you went and picked it, but you have a fresh strawberry. And the taste difference and the flavor difference, it's like you've never tasted a strawberry before, because you're like, this actually tastes like a strawberry. This other thing that I bought from the grocery store tastes like the suggestion of what a strawberry should taste like. And then you actually taste a strawberry, and it's just like the flavor palette on that is so different, right? Especially a hot berry right from the garden. Is there anything better? Seriously. We're at peak strawberry season where I live in the Pacific Northwest, and I don't think there is anything better, right? But that flavor is so delicious. And to really, not to go down a rabbit hole of like um, modified food and things like that, but it's very interesting to me that so much of our food and our food sources have been genetically modified over the years, that as people start to go back to the original ways of growing their own food, buying local food, you taste the difference, and it's really obvious why you should support local farmers, why you should shop local for food or grow your own food if possible. It is so much more full of flavor, and you get to enjoy food again. And I truly believe, the nutrients that are in that food make it so that you don't have to eat as much of it either. So it makes a really big difference, changes the way you eat, how much food you need. I could go on and on and on about soil and food density, because it is a very, very strong passion I have. So living in a mostly agricultural area on the East Coast and then moving across the country to the West Coast, and just understanding how fertile the soil is here, how much more tended to and protected nature and land is, at least for right now, as the AI data center boom is happening. It's something that's very near and dear to my heart. So there's like a richness, okay, of flavor, and I'm comparing that here in this situation to this feeling of love and relationship. Imagine only experiencing love and relationship from the perspective of the strawberry that you had in January. Love is not going to feel that exciting. Or if you actually do taste a fresh berry or experience the fullness and richness of feelings welling up, you are going to potentially think that something is wrong. Okay? I'm going to just open back up my computer. Sorry about that. So the richness is here, and it's divinely led, and it's divinely protected. And I feel like, this card coming out so soon, this is, excuse me, something is in my throat. This true love is very important. And I feel like there's something with the throat chakra, like maybe getting this message out. Maybe this is the Page of Cups that I'm experiencing. I'm a little bit like, and my throat's tickly, and it's not necessarily a bad feeling. It's just a little bit of quickening of the heart, a little bit of because you're saying something and you're talking about something in a way that you've never talked about it before. So I hope this message has value. I hope it reaches whoever it needs to. Again, I feel like I'm speaking to the high priestess people who are sitting patiently waiting for this love declaration that maybe you thought would never come, but it finally did. And you're like, finally, finally, it's all out in the open. We can talk about it. We can move forward. So, coming into this place, and if you are the person that is falling in love or just fell in love, it's really going to be okay. You're not dying. And I think that's really sweet. And I think that's something to address because if you really truly haven't ever felt it before, it feels very unusual within the body, within the cells of the body. You're feeling everything more fully. And I'm just kind of here hand holding for all of those energies that are really coming into the fullness of feeling feelings. It's really going to be okay. And it's very necessary. It's a part of the human condition and experience. And I'm glad that you're finally getting to experience it. You're finally tasting the full expression of what love is, just like tasting the full expression of what a nutrient rich strawberry can be like for someone. So I hope this message had value. I hope the strawberry analogy landed. It's just a very potent example right now, just because strawberries are in season. We're at the peak time. We're going into summer, the full summer season. And it's just that message of um, bringing the potency back. Okay. And I want to say, even rejecting those very surface level experiences and relationships, like to reject those as your experience of life. We've all had them, but now we know that something better exists. And now we're not going to settle for something that's surface level. That could include a work relationship. That could include how fulfilled you are with your job. That could include, what you allow into your life, how you allow people to treat you, right? Maybe you've actually been treated really good by somebody and you're finally like, why would I let anyone treat me any less, right? So, whatever that full expression is, I feel like the fullness of something is coming into fruition, and um, it's allowing us to go deeper into ourselves because we've been numbed on purpose by many factors that have nothing to do with this reading, but there's a lot that has kept the human person away from their soul. And congratulations, you're tapping into your soul's energy. It's speaking to you, it's saying you're in love and you're okay. And this is actually what the human condition is supposed to be. That being said, I'm sure there will be heartbreak within this deep love, but the point is you are divinely led and protected, and it is all a part of this beautiful human experience. All right, well, until next time, everybody, have a beautiful day or night. We're coming into the fullness of the summer season, and I really hope that you get to enjoy the fullness and the richness of summer wherever you are, whenever you watch this. All right.